Hi everyone, I've had some questions today asking about the March Madness project and where you can find materials. So I thought I'd just make a quick little video so you can all see where everything is. Here you can see I'm on my Blackboard site and here's the remote learning folder, which I'm already in. At the top, we have a class plan for the week. So I posted this earlier this week. We already know we're going to be home next week too, so I will come up with a plan for next week. I am not exactly sure what our lesson is going to be on Friday. I might switch gears and do something different now that we know we're going to be home till after spring break. So Friday's plan might change. However, you still will have a Blackboard warm-up quiz to do on Friday. And I'm either going to teach this lesson or a different lesson. So you will still have a lesson to watch a video on and homework on Friday. That will not change. But stay tuned. I'm not quite sure what we're going to do next week yet. Okay, next thing on Blackboard is I have a link for you to go to a Google Doc to get in touch with me and ask me questions. So you can either continue to email me questions or I will be checking this Google Doc every night. And I just have whatever day of the week it is, so I kind of know what you're talking about. And then you can list what questions you had from the warm-up that day, any questions from the homework, or anything specific that you just want me to answer. And what I plan to do is to review whatever you have submitted every night and then make up a quick little video answering your questions. Feel free to email me at any time. I've had quite a few questions today about the project, so that's why I'm doing this video. And then if you do want to talk to me one-on-one, we do have office hours and I do have Blackboard Collaborate set up. However, if you want to do that, I prefer a heads up. I'm not going to just sit in Blackboard Collaborate and wait for you every day. So if you do want to do some one-on-one instruction, let me know and I will be there during the day and the time that we have our office hours set up. Creating a PDF and then putting it into a Google form. You guys did this yesterday with your homework, so hopefully you've mastered that because I'm going to need you to turn in your March Madness project Monday morning the same way. So on Thursday, this link will get turned on for you. And I have a link just like yesterday where you're going to submit your name and then you're going to upload your fully completed March Madness project. This is not due until Monday. So you do not have to worry about this right now. And I'm not turning it on until Thursday because I don't want you to rush with your project. Next, we have an extra credit opportunity for you. Since we did not have the opportunity to do brackets and beating the teachers and the principals, I thought it would be nice for you to get some extra credit points for this 9 weeks. So there will be a Google form that'll open up on Thursday and there's some questions in here and you only need to submit one form per group. And that will also be due then on Monday. Every day I have set up for your instructions on what you're to do, kind of like what I do whenever I'm not in class. So here's Tuesdays, and of course I wanted you to do today's warm-up and then check your homework, and then there was a video explaining answers 2 and 5 because those are the questions that I was getting from everybody. And then you were to watch the March Madness video. Hopefully that video explaining the project helped you out, but there were still some extra questions. So first of all, I want you to see that I have linked a PDF of all the groups that are working together. We picked these groups before school let out. So if you weren't there that day, we assigned you to a partner. Hopefully these partners work well for you. Hopefully you have contacts with these people. And if not, you can email them through Interschool Mail or always use Google Hangouts to talk and communicate with each other, which I'm pretty sure you guys all know how to do that. Second of all, you all are going to be using the same data. This is the data from 1 year of the tournament years ago. I just had this saved on my computer, so I pulled it up. And so this is what we're going to be using. Everybody's going to be using to complete the project. So you need to use all 4 pages of this data to answer the questions that we have in our number 1 seed packet. One person from each group should have received this packet, hard copy of this packet when we were in school. However, if you mess it up or you don't have it or you want your own, here it is again. You can always print it out on a printer at home. What I suggest you and your partner do is maybe work through this and then compare your answers and see if your answers are right. And then one person can actually put their work on this paper and follow the directions. You need to make sure that you have things color coded, green, blue, red, or orange based upon the team and the region. and you need to have it completely filled out. And really the most important question is at the end, who do you think should win the tournament based upon everything that you did here in this summary table? One thing to note, think about the stats. Turnovers, is that something that's good for another team? Just because you have the most turnovers, that might not be the good stat for your team. In fact, the person whoever has the most turnovers would not be first in this one. So you want to think about each of these different stats and what they mean in the game, because just because it's the highest, just like golf, you don't want to have the high score, you want to have the low score. Some of these stats you want to be lower in than others. And also I gave you an attachment, and I don't know where that would be. It's not showing up here, but I gave you an answer key. If I go in, I can see it. Maybe it shows up differently for you guys. I gave you an old answer key. At least I thought I did. It's not attached. Okay, well, I will attach that. I know it's attached on tomorrow's lesson, so I'll go look at it here. And you can see, here's my answer key from last year, 2019. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Let's go back. Here's the answer key from last year. And so last year's data is not what we're using. So this is not going to be what yours looks like. In fact, you can see there's totally different number one seeded teams. But this will give you an idea of what your finished project should look like. So you can see my bar graphs and how they're color coded and what I did. And you can see my box and whisker plots and how the X's are color coded and how I put the stats above each team and so on. And here's an example of a bell curve. And we added some more bell curves to this project. We made it look a little bit different. And then you can see how I finally came up with my best answer and what my reasonings are. So look at my reasonings, that's very important. And then like, here's that chart that I just showed you. I ended up putting the chart on this year's project. So this is kind of how I figured out who should win the tournament last year. So use this as a guide as to what your project should look like. Okay, here we are back on Blackboard. I think I've answered all of your questions now. And if I am wrong, let me know in an email and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. I hope you guys are all doing well. I certainly miss you, and I really hope we get to see each other again on April 14th. That's looking like our next day back to school. So I hope that that day sticks and we are not doing this for very much longer. All right, talk to you soon. Let me know if you need anything.